Hi guys, here's Mark from rcgarage68 in France, and here's a review from my Kyosho Scorpion XXL VE. I'm really happy with this car. I drive this car now 20 packs, 10 packs in 6S and 10 packs in 8S. Yes, 8S. This is the second Scorpion I have in my life. The first one was stock in 4S, was cool to drive but a little bit boring in 4S. Was too less weight in the back, so the truck was always slippery to drive, and you have to change the original tires to have it better. Now with the first one I make was with 2 6S batteries in parallel, so I have much more weight in the truck and it drives much better. And now in 8S with this Leopard 4082 1600 kV motor with a 72 pinion gear from a Traxxas X-Max. I use the pinion from the X-Max because the stock spool gear is really large, and with normal 1/8 pinion they are not so large than the spool gear here. You break the spool gear. And also, while Kyosho out of the box tighten way too much the slipper unit, and the slipper absolutely not works with the stock setting. So you have to unloose the slipper that it works really fine. And now with 10 hours on 6S and 10 hours on 8S, this spool gear is still alive, and I make jumps and all the stuff who goes in with this truck. This is buggy, sorry, it's not a truck. I put a larger front bumper like the old Tamiya style grasshopper, because a larger bumper is way better than the stock, because the stock is really small, and if something is in the way on a two-wheel drive, you hit the front arms. With this white bumper here, you have no problem. I make many times fail on the jump and hit on the front, and nothing is here break or is damaged, because this bumper stops every hit. This is from a Hofner DM1. I love the way that Kyosho fixed the front shocks behind the front shock tower, because if you go on your back, you hit the shock tower is in plastic and not the shock caps. What's many times a problem on 1/8 scale buggies. Chassis himself, no problem, a really stiff chassis. The direction is really good. You can drive this car with a stock 1/8 scale servo. Kyosho gives you all you need to put a large scale servo in there, but you have really no use of a large scale servo. The new servo is so strong, it's not a problem. The other thing I changed is I put the stock Lipo mount out, because I drive 8S. I use 2 Lipos, so I can put one left, one right. No place problem here, there's plenty. And now we come, stop, I forget something. When you get a Kyosho Scorpion, the first you have to do is to tighten all the screw, or untighten it, put Loctite and retighten it. Because I lose at the beginning, in the first 50 minutes from the driving, 4 screws on this truck. First on the back, then on the front, another one on the back, and another one on the front. And here Kyosho make a mistake. They put the here I don't know if you see it, the knee stop is in the A-arm, and the knee stop moves with the A-arm. This means that on this side you always tighten the nuts, on this side you always untighten the nuts, and after a few minutes you will always lose these nuts. And the screw is too short, so the lock stop is not on the screw. The easiest stuff to do is to put the lock stop on the other side, just turn the screw and put it in, or use other screws you put in the back here and put the nuts here in the front. This is the next thing I will do if I have again problem with this, but since I turned the nuts I have no problem with this. Also the body will have no problem because of the roll cage, and the roll cage is really stiff. The truck is not so heavy. Even in 8S it holds all the hits with any problems. The rear end of the truck is like the front end, is well made. It's not so thick than the front, but you really have no hits on the back, so it's really not a problem. The bearing from Kyosho are good, and the stock tire are really good. With the more weight I put in, I just bore a little hole in the tires, so they not balloon too much, and they really hold on very good the 8S. I drive this truck with over 60 miles an hour, and the stock tire not blues out. I have really good traction this way. I put the Nexus ESC in the back, motor in the front here of the axle, and the 8S, the stock shocks, the stock setting, and the truck is really fun to drive. You will see it on the video. Already see it. I maybe put the video online before I put the review online. And the major thing to do on the scoping is to change the rear differential. Someone made a modification with a CEN differential, so I decided to do the same, because the stock differential not hold on the heat. They just put the pinion here on the axe directly in the plastic, and if you overheat the differential, the axe will just cut out the diffs. So I test first plastic CEN differential. I just drill out here 1 mm in the diameter to fit the CEN gearbox in the stock Kyosho parts, because you have no way to put it in normally. So I just machine it out, and now we will see it fits perfectly in. I not break after 10 runs the plastic version from the CEN differential, and because I'm happy with this, I will do the same with this alloy case here. I will machine here out 1 mm, and to put the CEN differential with the 4 little pinion here on this stock Kyosho crown, and put all in the stock gearbox. The gearbox from Kyosho is really good made. It's a full metal transmission, and you will have no problem with this. The only weak point is the differential in the back. You have to use the full parts of the CEN differential. So I buy it in eBay by GRC or Dollar Hobbies. You can just take the whole differential, machine out 1 mm and on 5 mm brightness here, and just put the whole part here in the stock main gear from the differential from Kyosho, and you will have no more problem with it, even in 8S. So see you soon on the 20 hours review from the Arma Nero, and some other modification on Nero, and also 20 hours review from the power up on the XMAX 6S. I drive this truck with the 1600 motor stocks with the power up, and then the last hour I put the new 1250 or 75 motor in, and I will explain on the video the difference I feel when I drive the truck. See you soon, bye.